need more. Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Shemane, and before I welcome my guest today, I wanted to remind you that my Women's Empowerment Program is going live. It's back on schedule. It starts Monday, and if you want more information, go to shemane.rocks/empowered. We need more empowered women right now. So you guys, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my guest. I'm really not sure what to call him by his first name, which is Larry, or the name that he goes by, which is KingFace. So my son Rocco showed me his Instagram site yesterday, just last night, and I reached out to him and he was like, "What? Are you Ted Nugent's wife? What?" So we ended up chatting back and forth, and I really loved his message. I love what he's talking about, and I'm going to welcome him here as soon as I see him joining me. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on right now in the world, which there's a lot. There's a lot to be worried about. And there's a lot to not be worried about, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing my Empowered Women's course. Because, you know, I wasn't always so outspoken. I don't feel like I'm that outspoken right now, but I wasn't so empowered, especially when I was growing up. I was born a people pleaser, number 2 on the Enneagram. And Larry, I don't see you joining me, so maybe I missed it. If I did, request again to go live. I hope this is from, you're not, yeah, okay. So request again to join me live, and I will make sure that I get you in on this because we want to hear what you have to say, and we're so excited to have you. But the more empowered women that we have right now in this time is critical. And that's why I really want to put this information out there. I thought twice about it. At first, when we found out about it, I pulled the program, and I have a business partner that I'm working with that sets everything up for me. I don't know how to do the technology, y'all. I am not good at that. And I said, no, this is not a good time. We shouldn't do it. People are worried. They don't know what's going on. And then I kept thinking about it, and the more I thought and prayed about it, the more I realized now is the perfect time. Because we need to come out of this stronger, healthier, happier, now more than ever. So I'm so excited, you guys, to welcome my guest, Larry. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You can call me KingFace.
Can I call you KingFace? Okay. I'm super excited. Thanks so much for joining me. I want to hear about your story. My son Rocco showed me like your Instagram and some of the things you've been speaking out about. And I'm so excited to have you on because I want a fresh voice, a fresh face. I think now more than ever, we need to support each other, love one another, and acknowledge there's some stuff going on, right?
Most definitely.
How do you what is on your mind most right now, and how would you like to welcome people and tell them a little bit about you?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am the conservative thug. I am the hood Donald Trump supporter that people say don't exist. So I'm here to prove to people that what they're telling you is not around. The media has been lying to you, even about people like me. You know what I mean? Telling you that we don't exist, that people from the hood or the streets or former gang members or people that have done crime in their life or stuff like that, or blacks or Hispanics, they tell you we don't exist. These people don't exist. It's not true. And I'm here to prove that it's true. You know, I'm not getting $1 from the Trump administration. I'm not getting paid to support Donald Trump. You know what I mean? I just support the truth. I support what I know is reality, not what not making my decisions based off emotions or what I assume something to be, you know? So yeah, I'm just here to be the proof. And outside of that, what I'm thinking about mostly right now is how the media is playing this COVID-19 situation and how they're lying to the people And I'm not saying that COVID-19, people are not dying from COVID-19. It's not what I'm saying. I want to make that clear. You know what I'm saying? But the hysteria that they're putting behind this is false. I've spoken to over 50 something nurses and doctors that contacted me themselves and like, yo, please just don't tell my name. But yo, what they're saying about these hospitals are not true. It's not packed. It's not, they're not even doing testing like people are saying they're doing. If you go to the hospital right now and you just tell them the symptoms, you can say, yo, I have a consistent cough and or I've been my nose been runny or I'm having a lot of phlegm. They automatically sign it up as COVID-19. Now, if anybody that's actually been tested for COVID-19, you know that the results do not come in 15 minutes. It takes 7 to 9 business days to receive your results. So they're automatically jotting you down as having COVID-19. Yeah. So they don't even know if it's true. It could be the flu. It could be a common cold. It could be other ailments that these people are going through. First of all, corona, everybody has an eminence of virus inside of their body. Understand that. So when they're doing the test for corona, corona has been around a very long time. This is not nothing new. The COVID-19, that strain is something that's new, right? And they can't test COVID-19 right now accurately. We have been proven that 80% of the tests that have been taken by these medical people have been proven to be false. You know what I'm saying? This is not something I'm making up. You guys could go on the internet. You guys could go on Google, whatever site you guys go on, and they're telling you these things. So to me, it's like, why are they doing so much to make us think that this is as serious as it is when same thing like Donald Trump said, whether people don't like him or not, you have to deal with facts. Even if 100,000 people die from this, it's still not worse than the economy crashing. Even if 200,000 people die from this, it's still not worse than the economy crashing. I understand people are, we're sensitive when it comes to death. We're sensitive when it comes to people's lives. I understand that. But at the end of the day, we have to look at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Look at everybody right now. If you don't believe me, look at your life right now.
Look at what our new normal. I don't think we're ever going to go back to the way things used to be. I mean, my husband's a musician. Is he going to have concerts anytime too soon?
I love Ted Nugent. I told you, that's why I was so honored when you contacted me. I was like, Ted Nugent, I love him. So to know that he's probably watching this right now, I'm like, in my inside, I'm like that. But right now,
I could call him up and have him come up here, but I want to talk to you first before we get distracted. So tell me how you came to this realization about President Trump and what swayed you.
I never got swayed. I was always a fan of Donald Trump. Like, I don't have one of those walk away stories that most people have. I've always liked Donald Trump. So, I grew up watching him as a kid. I grew up seeing him in wrestling. I grew up hearing him in rap music. I grew up everybody telling me, yo, Donald Trump is the best example you would want to be as a businessman, or he's the American dream. I've always heard this my whole life. A lot of these millennial babies, they don't really know much about Donald Trump because they didn't grow up on him. I grew up on Donald Trump. You understand what I'm saying? So I have a different view on him. So when I watch people saying that somebody is racist, that I've never seen no evidence of racism. I've seen people support him. I've never seen it ever. And I have yet to see it. People can't come up with no evidence. You can see evidence of Hillary saying racist stuff, Joe Biden saying racist stuff, Bernie Sanders saying racist stuff, but there's no evidence of Donald Trump saying racist stuff or doing anything racist. So as I look at that, I'm like, yo, why are they attacking this man so much? Like, so I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me start paying more. Even when he came down that escalator, at first I thought it was a joke. I thought he was doing it for, to get more attention. Because, you get a lot of ratings and people pay attention to you when you run for office. So at first I'm like, he's a marketing genius. So I'm like, he's probably using this opportunity to, build up his brand. But then as I started hearing him speak, and he was talking about America first, I never heard a president talk about America first. I never heard a president, and I believe in that. I believe we're supposed to do everything for our country first. F everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with America first? And you know what? The media, they have divided us. One thing that's not going on right now, we're not fighting. There's no Antifa. It's not, there is a new impeachment scare. But, you know, the Democrats and Republicans aren't doing as much fighting, and they haven't torn us apart. In fact, it's brought true patriots together, like you and I. I've never seen any examples of racism either. And, you know, it's not just about being racist about blacks or Mexicans or anything. We got it too as white women. They said, oh, we're just going to do what our husbands tell us to do. We're going to vote for whoever our husbands tell us to vote for. Now more than ever, we need to speak out. I'm so glad that you and I connected. I'm so glad that you said yes and you wanted to come on here, because we need to spread the word. We need to spread the love. And, you know, a lot of the people who have joined me and are watching right now are new to this movement. So in the lightest, most kindest and gentle way that you can muster up, how would you explain? Because I've seen comments and some people are going, I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
Explain what? Like, as of what's going on right now?
What's going on? Why do you think this is happening?
Because they want to use fear in order to, like I always tell people, the government or whoever runs the government, right? They can't blatantly take your rights away. Like, they can't blatantly, because we have a constitution. So they can't blatantly say, I'm taking your guns away. They can't blatantly tell you, you can't have freedom of speech. They can't blatantly tell you, you can't go outside or you can't do this. They can't. The only way they could do it is by manipulating you into you making that decision. And how they manipulate you into making that decision is due to fear. So once they scare you, you start moving. Like, for example, they made up a story about a baby, right, that died in Connecticut, which was completely false, right? So now, why do they do that? Because the hysteria, people are still doubting it because it's old people dying. So in their mind, they're like, well, these people is going to die anyway. So you're not going to be as empathetic and sympathetic to an old person dying because that's expected, right? So when you go, it's a baby now it's like, so people that have babies and infants, now they're going crazy. Now they're like, wait a minute, kids are dying? And once, because things that are not expected, people are more likely to be affected by it, right? It's like if a person in the military dies, people are not too shocked, even though it's messed up, but they're not too shocked because they expect you to die in the military. These are things that come with it. You understand? If a cop dies, people expect that. That's why people don't make a big deal when a cop dies, when they should, but they expect that because they say in the field that they do. So when something unexpected happens, like a baby dying, now to them, they start taking it serious. It's the same thing like with the celebrities. People started being like, oh my God, Idris Elba got it. Oh my God. So, but you know, that's their, you know, what they do. So it's the fear tactic, you know what I'm saying? And once they in place that, now, guess what's going to start happening? Right now, under your noses, there's probably laws that's being changed. Right now, under your noses, things that's happening that we don't even know that's happening because we're being distracted by all this. So, so the more people come, it's like the gun thing. Oh, guns are killing people. Guns is doing this. Guns is doing that. But they'll tell you the maybe couple thousand deaths that were had through gun violence, but then they don't tell you about the millions of lives that are being saved due to guns. You know what I'm saying? So if they scare you and say, they show you, like with the semi-automatic thing, they say the AK-47, right? Right.
Or as Biden says, the AR-14.
Yeah, the AR-14, right? The
AR-14.
I
asked Ted, I go, do we have any of those? I've never heard of that before.
Right. But anybody that knows guns, like anybody that knows guns know that semi-automatic is basically every gun. You know what I'm saying? Every gun is basically semi-automatic. So when they show you a scary big gun with all these extensions and big, and you like, oh my God, that's scary. That could probably tear my arm off. You know what I'm saying? Or my head off or something like that. They show you that picture and they go, oh, we need to get rid of semi-automatics. Yeah. That's the trickery of words that they do to take away all your guns. Because they're going to tell you, as soon as the law gets passed, they're going to go, well, handguns are semi-automatic. Well, this gun is rifle is semi-automatic, or this is semi-automatic. So now guess what happens? All your guns get taken. Yeah. So people got to understand this.
Yeah, that's, you know, one thing I've been educated by my husband, who, as you know,
he's a big gunman. He's an NRA.
I mean, we have a lot of guns, and they don't jump off the wall and start shooting people. You know, people have got to understand that Guns are, I mean, we've had death threats all throughout the years because we're hunters. We live off the land. We always have. And Ted and I have been married 31 years now. And there were times when I thought, this is weird. Why don't we just go to the grocery store? Now more than ever, I am proud to be a hunter. I am proud to live off the land. I'm proud to be self-sufficient and support myself and take care of myself. And I think more people are returning to that. Obviously, we have to. We got to take care of ourselves.
Most definitely. And it's funny that you say that. I'm actually getting more interested. I spoke about this several times in my life about learning about hunting and getting my own food of my own. I think that's necessary. Even as a man, that's something that we've always done throughout history. We got the food ourselves. We didn't have to go to no grocery stores. And like I said, the less that we're dependent of certain things, the more control that we will have. We could preserve ourselves way more than anybody else. Because if the supermarket shut down right now, we're effed up. If any of these things stop getting deliveries, we're effed up. So we have to know how to get our own food. We have to know how to survive.
Yeah, I just heard also that they were making seeds. Like if you wanted to buy vegetable seeds, flowers, whatever, it's not essential. Which now more than ever, it's essential. So I'll tell you what, though. You're welcome to come down here to Texas sometime. And
don't tell me that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. We'll teach you how to bow hunt. How about that?
No, I would love to come, man. I would love to have that opportunity. I think it's an honor. Hopefully soon. I think we're gonna be doing like I work with Candace Owens and with Plexic Movement.
Oh, do you? Bring her. We have to have more empowered women. I had an empowered women's program. I spent 6 months putting this thing together, putting all these videos together and teaching women about how to be self-sufficient, how to be healthier, how to be happier, how to overcome limiting beliefs, and how to be empowered. And then the virus came out and I thought, no, it's not the right time. And then you know what? I thought about this. I prayed about it. Now is absolutely the right time. We need more empowered women, especially like Candace Owen. We need to step up because you know what? If something were to happen, 50% of heads of households right now are women, and they're raising children who need to learn how to become self-sufficient themselves. But I wasn't born and raised in a hunting or a gun-owning family. So this was kind of new to me, and I had to learn all of this. But how else can women learn by themselves? If not through people like you and me, educating them, and Candace. So it's so important now more than ever. So tell her she's welcome too, anytime.
Now that's dope. I think we're supposed to be doing, hopefully when, this whole hysteria blows over, the next place that we're doing a rally at will be in, actually in Texas. Right. I don't know exactly where in Texas, but when we do, I'm gonna make sure they book me for a couple of extra days so I can come and meet you guys and and hunt some deer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
we'll teach you how to shoot a bow and arrow, because that's really, I kind of learned hunting backwards. I learned first how to shoot a bow and arrow, and I fell in love with it because you've got to be obviously 15 yards, 20 yards from an animal. If you're, maybe 30, but with a gun, it's a lot different. You can be further away, obviously. And once I started realizing that there's a grace that's involved with archery. And if you think for a second that you can come to full draw with a deer 15 yards in front of you, that it's easy, you got another thing coming. I
think it teaches patience. I think it teaches, how to overcome a fear, because that deer could come at you if it has to protect itself. I think it teaches a lot. I think that's dope. I think I like that whole concept of the bow and arrow.
Well, I have to tell you a story. Gosh, can you hang it for like
I'm here.
30 seconds? Let me see if I can get Ted to tell this story. So
I'm here.
Don't go away. You can keep talking, okay? I'll be right back. Don't go away.
Come on, people. Like this day can't get any better. Like, we about to have Ted Nugent on this. I ain't gonna lie. Now, I've definitely been interested in hunting for a long time. Anybody that's been watching my live, I've been talking about it for a long time. Y'all know I've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah,
I know you guys know, so this is definitely a great thing.
Okay, he's coming, so keep talking. Hang on.
All right, cool. No doubt. Like, so So this is something I'm interested in, and I've always wanted to go hunting. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to do that. So it would be an honor to be able to hunt with Ted Nugent. Like, I don't know, if y'all know, I'm a big fan of Ted Nugent. I watched all his documentaries. So, you know, I watched about him hunting. I definitely seen him shoot a lot of bows and arrow. So, you know,
all right,
I can't wait.
He's coming. I'm going to have him tell you the story about when he was attacked by an oryx. It's called a scimitar horn oryx. So this is KingFace, Ted. He's a huge fan of yours.
KingFace?
KingFace.
What you say, son?
Yo, what's good, Ted? What's
Here's
good,
some
baby?
venison backstrap for you, my brother.
Yo, I'm very excited, man. I appreciate this.
I caught him when he was eating. So he works with Candace Owen.
Awesome.
And
she's my hero.
I told him that he's welcome when everything comes back up. They were going to do a rally in Dallas, and they're welcome to come down, and we'll teach them how to hunt.
Absolutely. We'll put a bow and arrow in your hand. You'll find the spirit of the wild.
Nah, I've actually been super interested in doing hunting in the last few months. I've been talking about it with other people that I'm like, yo, I'm really interested. Before all this craziness went down, you know what I mean? I've been interested in actually hunting. It's something that I wanted to personally get into.
So I was just about to tell them the story about when you got attacked by the gemsbok or oryx.
Yeah, big gemsbok.
So we were talking about, he actually brought up that you have to be able to defend yourself. I'm going to move this for you for a second.
The dogs are after my steak. But anyhow, I've always been armed. I'm 71 years clean and sober, so my logic meter works really good. And I determined a long time ago, based on my picking up social indicators, that unarmed and helpless is unarmed and helpless. What an irresponsible condition to be in. You don't go and buy a fire extinguisher when the flames start. You should always be, as I like to say, cocked, locked, and ready to rock the Glock, Doc. So I've always trained with the law enforcement. I've been a sheriff deputy for 39 years now. I've conducted federal raids with the U.S. Marshals and the ATF and the FBI. There are still some good guys in those agencies, even though their leadership are a bunch of punks. But anyhow, we have exotic animals from Africa and all over the world here. And that's why those animals are still alive and well, is because they're bred for value. We sell hunts and we harvest the surplus, which means we always have a breeding population. Long story short, one of my dogs got a hold of a gemsbok calf, and gemsbok have those long saber horns, and they're notorious in Africa. I've been to Africa 30, 40 times. They're notorious as lion killers. I mean, they're very aggressive. This cow weighed over 800 pounds. Long story short, how I survived, I will never know, except that I am clean and sober. So I was almost like Bruce Lee for about 12 seconds. And I train with close retention. I shoot from here. I always have hearing protectors in my ears every day because I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot every day. So when she blindsided me, blew me off my feet, before I hit the ground, I was already touching rounds. I shoot a 10 millimeter, 180 grain, doing about 1,400 feet a second. So it's got some oomph. But against a mother gemsbok protecting her calf, almost meaningless. But somehow she missed me with her sabers. I think God has plans for me because there's no reason she missed. They don't miss. And she bracketed me and was whipping me back and forth while I'm touching off rounds. Now the dogs have her by her hindquarters, harassing her. She swiveled to get after them, and I gave her a couple in the neck and dropped her, but she's right back up with adrenaline. Long story short, after about, it was probably over in 6 or 7 seconds.
But it felt like a long
out of body
forever, right?
Because she's so huge, and she's bulldozing me with her. I'm helpless in the face of that. And I have bad knees. I have 2 fake knees. But because of my training, because I didn't hesitate, I didn't want to shoot her. As my thought when I don't want to shoot her, I was already shooting because it was life and death.
Instinct.
Yeah, instinct, pure instinct. And luckily she didn't stab me. I hit her enough times that it neutralized her, and then the dogs cornered her and I was able to finish her off. But if I didn't carry a 10 millimeter, I wouldn't be here today. If I didn't train with my 10 millimeter in retention, none of this, target practice and shit, if I all those elements that maybe I am above average on saved my life, but still doesn't answer how she missed. They don't miss. Here's an example. At a game auction, somebody asked the game handler, do those Gemsbach really have control of their horns? He took a quarter and went into the pen, and that Gemsbach hit it like a baseball.
Wow.
And he took another quarter and flipped it up. And that Gemsbach hit that quarter. So yeah, almost. I never.
Well,
but it was a serious moment. It was a life and death moment that I thank God every day for.
When you come down here to Texas, we will show you the property and show you all the animals. We've got Gemsbach, oryx, black buck antelope, white-tailed deer, fallow deer, aoudad.
I feel like I'm on a game show right now when you come in as a guest and they have a surprise for you. I feel like I'm on Ellen right now. They're like, look, we have a gift for you. I'm like, ah, that's how I'm feeling right now.
You would love it. You would love it.
He's KingFace is a huge Trump supporter, and he was talking about how, you know, he's never seen any situations of racism.
I was born in Detroit, and I was well aware, 1948 to 1957 or so, I saw white-only drinking fountains. Hell, Chuck Berry and the Motown, when they performed, they had to go in the back entrance. So there was racism. I know what racism looks like. And I hang out with the biggest hillbilly rednecks you'll ever want to hang out with. I'm the ultimate hillbilly. I am the czar of hillbilly redneck. Never heard a disparaging word in my life. Nobody's given a shit what color anybody is. If you want to be a fireman, I want to see you carry that hose up that ladder and put the flames out. I can give a shit what gender you confused about, or your color, or your creed, so I know it exists, but it's been completely blown out of proportion.
No, most.
And if someone is denied any freedom because of the color of their skin, then you need to call the cops, arrest the motherfucker. It's against the law.
I don't think you can swear on here.
Nah, yeah, you can swear. I was hoping. I was trying. You notice I said F instead of the other word because I tried to be. I don't know.
Yes.
With your audience, I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you. I gotta remind him of that. Hey, I'm so glad that Rocco sent me your Instagram site and that you responded to my message. So thank you so very much for being here and for spreading the love and the message and the good tidings and the support for President Donald Trump. We're with you.
And be safe, be strong.
And hopefully my partner Jake Liddick is also, you know, he's also like a big fan of yours, and he's very big on wanting to hunt as well. I think he's hunted before. I definitely want to bring him with me if it's possible.
Absolutely.
Nah,
You're
that's
welcome
dope,
anytime. God bless you. Be strong, be well, be safe, and remain hopeful. We're going to get through this.
Yeah.
Nah, we definitely will. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me that time. I appreciate you connecting with me. Thank you, Ted, for coming and sharing that story, man. This is dope. I know it's going to be on YouTube. I'll be like, look, I was on YouTube with Ted Nugent and his wife. Look, check it out. It's factual. You can see it. It's something you can believe. It's real.
That's right.
Truth, logic, and common sense. It's contagious.
And we're going to keep spreading that contagion. We need that.
God bless you, man. Can't wait to meet you.
It was an honor, man. Thank you. Can't wait to see y'all guys in person, man. Have a great day and be safe.
All right, you too. God bless.
God bless.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.